house on fire. I'ma make it burn. I'ma make it burn.
When we engage in the production process, we produce products. As a result of compromises and needs, these products have value. In this sense, work means producing value. Most of the value of the products we produce is confiscated by property owners. A small part of the value we produce goes back to us as wages. More is added to the capital of the capitalist. In this sense, most of the value produced goes to the boss, the capitalist. The bureaucracy and the state protect the system that works to the advantage of the rich. We voluntarily become slaves to the system thanks to social pressure and learning. We don't question all this because of habits. We sell our labor and time to the system as long as we work. Most of us have nothing else. All the products and almost everything we see around us are objects produced from labor and time. We cannot see this when we look at these objects. All the objects in our homes, the cars on the streets, the buildings, and everything else are a concentration of labor and time. When you finish this video, you will be alienated from this reality again and continue to read life through your own life and conscience. This is the necessary alienation, the alienation that comes with being human. Everything you are familiar with will seem natural, eternal, and ordinary. Remember that each is a concentration of labor and time, and that workers produce the world. Value is determined by compromises within the markets where products are offered. Examine the inside of a product, you will not find the phenomenon of value. The phenomenon of value is social compromises. Fast food companies throw away kilos of excess product. They never distribute it to people experiencing poverty because the value of the product decreases. The labor time socially required for a product determines when companies employ you. Of course, they would like you to work 24 hours a day, but they know that would be inefficient. They also need you to consume their products in your free time. For this, there has to be an order. The guardians of order are, in fact, protecting a system that, from top to bottom, works for the rich. Psychologists and life coaches are ready for you if you are a lazy worker who cannot adapt the socially required labor time. They will regulate and tame you. Of course, the caution of the system itself will be a more significant factor. These are all causes. Alienation. Let's focus a little more on alienation in the labor process. Repeat your name 30 times quickly. After a while, you become alienated from your name. Doing the same job all day alienates us from our work. Moreover, doing it by force increases alienation. The distance between you and what you produce and your alienation from it increases alienation. The numbers on a bank clerk's scene alienate him. This becomes more problematic if you are distant from what you produce and it is abstract. Moreover, alienation affects all of life because everywhere is a product. In other words, a commodity. Everything produced is put on the market and commodified. The clothes you wear are commodities. The phone you watch me on is a commodity, and the water you drink is a commodity. Everything is sold with money and put on the market. A life entirely of commodities. Now led to Marx. Commodities surround us and turn them into objects we consume and discard, and the meaning we give to what we consume will diminish. Our relationship with them will be reflected in our relationship with people. Our communicative practices will degenerate. Also, the more we produce, the poorer we become. As we produce, the number of products increases. As the number of products increases, the value of each product decreases. As the number of products increases, the value of the worker decreases. A city life entirely of commodities alienates him from nature. The meaninglessness of work and labor leads to man's alienation from his body. He forgets the existence of his own body. Turning the body into a decorative object is mistaken for self-care. The cosmetics industry is ready to monetize this misconception. The farmer, who was a witness almost in every stage of his labor, was less alienated in non-mechanized times. He was a witness to every stage of his production. He was the owner of his product, far from the wild and degraded state of the town, free from the fears and unknowns of the city. His childhood friend is still his next door neighbor. He doesn't have to reconstruct himself at every meeting. He is less masked and more himself. He doesn't need to hide himself in social relations. After a while, he doesn't drown in these masks and becomes confused about who he is. He laughs at the lies called personal development. He is the owner of his labor and a witness to every stage of his product. What he produces has a meaning. Interestingly, the concept of alienation doesn't appear in Karl Marx's later texts. As mentioned before, the concept frequently used in the 1844 manuscripts rarely appears in the German ideology which Marx wrote with Friedrich Engels. And we don't encounter this concept in Marx's cult for work capital, for example. Nevertheless, while it's not possible to say that Marx abandoned the theory of alienation in his later sociology, it is possible to say that he removed alienation as a focal concept. The concept of alienation continues as the hidden spirit of later texts. While it's a challenge to fully delve into this profound subject in this medium, I'm hopeful that this discussion has sparked your curiosity and laid the groundwork for a deeper understanding of the concept. I look forward to our continued exploration of this intriguing topic. See you soon. شنو بیدرا گارون دگاوی خروی دگلی دلالا دا جانو گاگا مدشن دوگلی دگلی دلالا دا شن میقار خرچه ممزه مت میقار خرچه زگی قرارا کرا گار غاویت قراتو ایک تاوی دادی دی پلیسیا این دی تو چیوی سالاتوی دگلی دلالا دا جانو گاگا مدشن دوگلی دگلی دلالا دا شن میقار خرچه ممزه